Hi there, this is Talia, the dietitian, and today I'm doing a question and answer, a QA. I'm going to first read the question that I received from a parent and then I will answer it. So the question that I received from this parent was, we follow the mealtime rules, never limit treats, never put pressure on eating, but if we give our 2.5-year-old a treat with a meal, she will just want 5 servings. So if you haven't yet watched the video that explains mealtime roles, please go and find it because this will make a lot more sense once you've watched that video. That's about what the roles of the parent is at a mealtime and then what the child's roles at a mealtime are. So that'll make much more sense. Alrighty, so to answer this question, I'm going to break it down. It's really great that this parent and this family are following the mealtime roles because that really reduces parental stress levels, child stress levels, and to a large degree mealtime battles because you all know what you're responsible for. If you need more information on this after watching the previous video on mealtime roles, my first mini course does outline all of it in detail and walks you through it with examples, troubleshooting, and a whole list of phrases that will empower you to feel confident when you're responding to your child if they've requested something specific that you're not planning to give at that meal. And that course is called The Common Mistakes Parents Make That Increase Picky Eating. So that's the first thing I want to recommend. That's the first thing that I would like to say that these parents are doing really great by actually already putting into practice the mealtime roles. So the next part of this was never putting pressure on eating. That is also terrific. We want to see meal times have no pressure, meaning that the parent isn't coaxing or cajoling the child to eat more or to try something or to touch something, smell something, lick something, eat a certain amount of food. We want to see as little pressure as possible because that also eliminates mealtime battles and helps parents get towards the goal that they have, which is nourishing a healthy relationship with food. And children do that when they listen to their own bodies, not when they listen to us. So that's really great. The next part of this question, the parent saying, but if we give our 2.5-year-old a treat with the meal, she will just want 5 servings. So the question I would ask back to this parent is, how often are they giving that treat or dessert? Not just how often, but how are they treating it in a certain way? Are they calling it by its name? Are they calling it a treat? Are they saying they said they were not giving any pressure, so they're probably not saying anything like, oh, eat some of your other things and then you can have more. It's hard to know exactly from this information. What I can suggest here is if the child does request 5 servings, which sometimes they do, especially if you're just transitioning to the mealtime roles and allowing the dessert type food to be on the plate, sometimes that does happen. And for some children, they can transition really easily and it only takes a couple of days or a week. Some children it takes longer, and that really depends what was the climate like around desserts and meal times before switching to this method. Was there a lot of pressure? Was there a lot of scarcity around those kinds of foods? Because if so, the child has to unlearn those that mindset and the mentality that I'm not going to get more, and now that I'm getting more, I need to eat all of it. So it can take time. And what I would recommend to a parent in that situation is to take a really deep breath and know that that's okay. One meal a couple of times a week is not going to impact your child's nutritional status. So if at that meal they do only eat the sweet food, the dark chocolate, the piece of cake, birthday cake, whatever it is, at that meal, that is okay, because remember, in the real mealtime responsibilities, it's your job to provide the food, and at that meal you've chosen to provide the cake, the chocolate, whatever it is, and you need to be okay with that. I know that takes practice and it is difficult, but trying to be okay with it and confident, because our child really picks up on our feelings that even though we might not be verbalizing them, our child can pick up if we're not truly okay with it. So really working on that mindset as the parent. The other thing I'll note here in terms of switching to this method, I do have a a full mini course called Picky Eating Coping with Candy that walks parents through how to serve dessert, when and why. There's goes into troubleshooting, what the goals are. We also work on the parent's mindset behind this. So some of the things I've talked about today, like truly being okay with it and really examining the why you might not be okay with it. And so I've really designed that course to really help with the parent's mindset, so that you can be successful and confident when you are transitioning to this method or when you're implementing it. So all of those strategies are really outlined, and will really walk you through everything that you need. And that course itself also comes with some fridge-friendly handouts with phrases that you can say to your kid if they ask you certain questions or you're not sure how to tackle a certain situation, like they've asked you for a sweet but it's not on the menu. So I would encourage you to check that out if you would like more information, because that's a way that I can help you at a much deeper level. And so yeah, in terms of the 5 servings, I know it's hard to really truly be okay with it, but do your best to truly really be okay with it. And the other thing that I would like to leave you on is the thought to examine how often you're giving these sweets. Sometimes, and I know this will sound completely crazy, but sometimes when you're transitioning to this method, one of the best ways to normalize giving a dessert type food with the meal, and unlimited amount of it, is to actually do it a little bit more often. So instead of just doing it once a week or once every 2 weeks, try and give it a couple of times in the week and mix it up. It doesn't have to be on a rigid schedule. In fact, it's probably better not to be on a rigid schedule, so that there's no anticipation of, oh, I'm so excited because it's happening today, I get the dessert. So doing it a little bit more frequently can really help, because we want to really reduce that feeling of scarcity for our child, especially if they've felt it before they've been restricted. So know that it can take some time, know that you're on the right track, and it does get better. And if you need any more help at a deeper level, please check out that mini course. It's called Picky Eating Coping with Candy. I really hope you found that question and answer helpful and useful. And if you did, please subscribe to my channel and turn your notifications on so you never miss another video, because I'll be doing many more Q&As just like this one. If you have any specific questions about what I talked about today, or your own issue with desserts on the plate at the same time, please drop a comment below, and I can answer it either in the comments, or if I get enough interest on that topic, I'll do another question and answer video on that to help you out. So thank you so much for watching, and this is Talia. I really hope you enjoyed that video. Here are a couple more, and remember, I'm going to be posting a new video every week, so subscribe so you don't miss them.